we're the A's and B's of K-pop is what we talk about.
Yeah, we went out of order. We're Aimbee squared.
Switching it up a little.
Yeah, so before we get into our topic, I want to tell you what Mike said at the meeting last week.
Okay, we have a colleague who apparently has watched these.
Hey, Mike.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out, Mike. So, he said, everything I know about K-pop I've learned from you two, which was very nice, thank you. I hope you've learned a lot. But then he said, yeah, I've seen some YouTube videos. I watched some YouTube videos of like professional YouTubers. And when I watch yours, I can tell you guys are doing it for fun.
That's true. No one's paying us.
He's right on, spot on. I thought that was the best comment.
It's just for love of the game. You know what I mean? Right? He's right.
Yeah, there's no other reason to do it.
Good call on that. We have not even been approached by anyone who wants us to do it for real.
No, we have real lives.
So,
and
thanks for watching, Mike.
Yeah, seriously, thanks. I'll bring you a piece of chocolate or something. A cookie. I'll bring you a cookie next meeting. All right, so today let's talk about something that I find actually really fascinating. And everybody may have noticed the lighting is different. We're filming in the middle of the day.
Yeah, it's weird.
Thus, we have no soju because I'm not that big of a lush.
It's a work day, and it's day.
It's work day, and it's day. So we're going to talk about like how real are the personas that you think you know, right? Because we've talked about how much they put themselves out there on all these platforms.
Yeah.
And then how real is it? That's the thing that I find fascinating because I know so many fans think that they just know them. And I've seen, what did I see the other day? Oh, I get these Instagram friend requests from some of the idols that I follow, and I'm like, yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, delete. And
Jungkook wants to be your friend. I've gotten that one. And you're like, your heart for a second goes, oh my gosh. But then it's like, Jungkook 59648.
So then there's some Korean language accounts I follow on Instagram, and one of them came up, and it was like, things you should know about Korea. And it was like, K-pop idols are not going to send you a friend request. So it was as if other people actually buy into this. And then, oh yeah, Jungkook wants to be my friend. Totally. So obviously,
besties.
Obviously fans do think they end up really knowing them. But yeah, let's talk about it. What are your thoughts?
Well, so they definitely do have personas. Like, they kind of, like, maybe it's a sign. I don't know because I don't really know these guys in real life, but in each group it seems like there's like a troublemaker, and there's like the smart guy, and there's like the sensitive guy, and stuff like that. And so they all have their roles to play, and I buy into them because they're likable, and it makes the whole group is more fun because you're like, oh, you can always count on Jimin to be teasing Yoongi, you know what I mean? And who knows if that's really what their relationship is or anything else like that, but it's cute. And it seems pretty consistent that idols have a persona like that.
Yeah. And I think everything they do on the variety shows, and even if it's their own, if it's like Run BTS or if it's other variety shows, they all they're scripted. They're totally scripted. Yeah,
they have a director that's like, your motivation is you're the troublemaker. So,
well, they could have just the persona, but then they also could have like a script. Like you're going to talk about these, and these are the things you're going to hit. Yeah. You're going to talk about. I know they do that too, and so I do always find them to be enjoyable and entertaining, but I don't necessarily think that that's representative of them as a real person. But then that's okay.
It's okay.
I mean, we've said this before. Jin has said that he acts a certain way in public because he thinks his fans don't want to see him sad or upset. So he wants to always present a different front to them. And so he, in some ways, that means he gets to keep himself private.
Yeah.
And you don't really ever know them. But what's the expectation of fandoms in this regard? We'll talk about other expectations, I think, next episode, but because people believe in it and they buy into it, like,
yeah, like, I feel
like
like
they know them.
I feel like you know them. Like, I feel like people are posting memes all the time, like, something like, they'll post something and say, who in BTS would be like this? And you're like, oh, I totally know who would be acting like that in this situation. But the I don't know how real it is or not, and it's okay if it's totally fake because I'm never going to meet them in real life to know. I'm never going to see a real personality of one of these idols. So the personality that's made up for them or that I just like say is fine, I'll take it. And that's the personality I get in my life because I'm not for reals with them. So I like them. I think they've made delightful characters. They're pretty consistent. I'm into it. I think go for it. Do I believe it's true? I don't know, but it doesn't matter because
So it doesn't matter to us. Like,
I'm not gonna be a stalker, right?
Yeah. What do they call those? What's the vocabulary for that? Crazy fans. Sasang?
Yeah.
Don't be a sasang.
Yeah. Like a stalker. I'm not gonna be a stalker and be like, a little bit. I will be. Okay. So the other thing, if you're a stalker, if you're a sasang, then you like really do try to follow them around and be stalkerish and like genuinely are threatening to them, like threaten their safety and their privacy. But I'm more like a delulu. That's another name.
Is that another thing I've not heard?
A delulu is a fan. You're like delusional. Yeah. You're like, oh my gosh. Like when I was skiing and I was like, I wonder if Jin would think like this is pretty good skiing. Because I know Jin snowboards. I've seen a video of Jin snowboarding. So I'm like, I'm going to try to like get really good at skiing so it looks good. So when I meet Jin, Jin will be like, oh yeah, you're a good skier. So that's delulu-ness, not sasangness. Right?
Okay. Yeah, you're not stalking them.
So
you're just delusional.
I am no danger to Jin. If I really saw him at a ski resort, I would be...
Hi.
I would be waving.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, I think Delulu is safe and not a big deal. Yeah, I find the need to present those type of intricate personas to be interesting because they do a lot of platforms.
They
do their own little live streams and they do. Whatever. I mean, they'll do their own if they have their own YouTube channels. So like Super Junior, I think they all have their own YouTube channels, and some of them are not as active as they used to be. But they would. I remember one. She did one with each member separately, and then Jason got in the car and Jason was like, "Okay, what's the concept for today?" He was like, "Just be yourself." And I was like, oh, maybe he doesn't know how to do that.
Which one of myself?
Yeah, like, well, how am I supposed to be today? So, I think that's, so then it just makes you think, like, everything you ever see out of them is a persona and a concept. Which is really different from the way things operate in the States. Plus, we don't do all those kind of platforms.
We don't do all that kind of stuff. But do I think that I, know Taylor Swift?
No.
No. I mean, I've listened to a lot of her music and I've seen a lot of her stuff, but I don't feel like I know her, or I'm always like, oh, Taylor would think this is so funny. Like, I don't think like that. But I remember a long time ago, I was way into Madonna and I really liked her, and I was like, you know what? I think Madonna, I actually told my husband this, I think Madonna would like me. Like, if we met, we would be friends. And he's like, she swears a lot. I wasn't into swearing at the time. Oh. He's like, you'll be offended. She swears a lot. And I'm like, well, how do you know? But then I thought, it's true. Why? Madonna's not going to be friends with me. Delulu, I've been it for a long time.
You're just like...
But not with Taylor Swift, particularly.
So, okay. That's a really good point that if I think about the groups that I've liked or musicians that I've liked, I've never thought I knew them.
You didn't see them so much, though.
No. You didn't see them so much, and you didn't have an expectation of seeing them.
Yeah.
So there's this thing like fans what they expect, or
Yeah.
Korean what K-pop fans expect. It's
Well,
I think it. I don't know that it's. I mean, sometimes I think it's okay, and then sometimes I think it's not okay. Like they're fragile mental health. Like they can't be something all the time to everybody. Like they never get to be themselves. Maybe they don't know who they are because they're so wrapped up in all these other things.
yeah, I don't know. It seems like
Your 20s are
like
fragile
a hard
like that.
job.
Your teens
They're
and your
young.
20s are fragile like that, and if you're all over the place and you don't really know who you are, it's hard to be grounded. It's hard to.
Yeah, they're like child stars.
Well, yeah, because
I mean, they've been working since they were like, however old.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, it's like probably the same. You know, child stars in the United States don't always fare so well as statistically
They
as a
don't.
group.
They don't.
I don't know. We'll
Okay.
see. I hope these guys have. I hope they're. Kind of hope like their riches and their. It protects them a little bit. I hope, right?
They seem very grounded.
I think if you're not grounded, the thing that will help that is being more rich. So.
Oh, because then you can.
Right. Then you can have more. You can have more umbrella holders walk around with you in public. I think So I just want these guys to have more money. So.
I just
They'll be more
want
grounded.
all of the K-pop artists to be happy. And it seems like there's so many rules and expectations in place that drive their happiness only into one place, and that is being successful as that group.
Yeah.
And nothing else then is a level of happiness.
Yeah. I mostly want me to be happy, which means I need like cute dances to watch and stuff like that.
Well, I'll be happy regardless.
So no, I won't be. If I didn't have K-pop in my life, I wouldn't be happy. But I love them. I like their personas. I think they're talented. Like I think it's a trick to pull it off to be consistent like that. So good for them. I mean, they were discovered in a talent. Well, some of the K-pop guys have said like Jackson Wang, who I really like him.
Mm-hmm.
He's from GOT7.
Just at Coachella.
Yeah, he was just at Coachella. He was also at the Met Gala. There was rumors that Jimin was going to be there, but he wasn't.
Don't follow that.
But Jackson Wang really was. But he.
So is the Met Gala like the Met in New York?
Yeah.
And then they just have an annual party? They call it a gala?
Yeah, it's a fundraiser for the Costume Institute, Fashion and Costume Institute.
Look, I learned something.
Yeah. So you have to, be invited. And there were lots of rumors because Yoongi and Jimin were in New York at the time.
Oh.
So there was rumors that they were going to come. So I watched.
But Jackson Wang was there.
Right. And I think Jennie was there.
Who?
Jennie from Blackpink. Yeah, I think she was there too. I watched a lot more of the red carpet than I would have had there not been a rumor that they were going to be there, but they weren't there. But okay, Jackson Wang at his audition, they didn't ask him to sing. They just asked him to dance. I think they were just trying to like get a feeling of what's this guy's charisma? Is he going to be good at all the stuff we're going to ask you to do, acting and emceeing, and like you can learn to sing and rap. And he was a Olympic level fencer, so they already knew he could move. He was handsome, right? So we'll teach you Korean.
Okay.
I think that they have hired these guys who are so talented in so many ways. So thanks for doing it.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
All right, let's do our word. What's your word?
Okay. I don't know. Sorry. You do.
Mola?
I'll think of one. Mola?
Mola.
I don't know.
So I actually, because I was in the field for 3 days this week,
Oh yeah.
I actually got a lot of vocabulary in. But one thing I'll share, solma. Which means
Solma.
no way.
No way.
No way. Solma. Solma.
Jinja? You can also say that for really?
Sure, we've already done that.
I know, we've
word.
done that one. Oh, I am so unprepared. Why didn't I think of a Korean word to say?
Do you know any body parts?
Oh, I know some body parts on your face. Noon.
Say one.
Noon. Eye.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, so I was talking to my friend, and I had to tell her, anyway, noon. It means eye. Never mind. Their nose.
Cool.
Ko. ear, ki, mouth. Yep.
Eyebrows?
She knew them. I don't know eyebrows.
눈썹.
눈썹. I think the
Eyelash?
eyebrows are. I think the eyebrows are important in
Eyelash?
like Korean beauty standards. I don't know.
속눈썹.
손눈썹.
속눈썹.
손눈썹. Your noon has to be in there.
Neck.
No.
목.
Mok.
I could go on.
She knows a lot. Good job. Did you just learn those?
No.
I learned them, but then I forgot.
Face.
Face? Nope.
얼굴.
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 Jimin has a new album called Face, but it's really just called Face in English, so I didn't learn
So then if you hear it in Korean, they say 얼굴.
No.
All
I
right.
definitely won't forget it.
Okay.
For sure I won't.
All right. So let's do our song.
Okay.
We did not. We forgot to talk about this before. So let's just do what's our.
What's our-
crikey.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? You name it. Favorite what? Our music award.
Let's do music awards. Let's do. Ooh, do you listen to any K-pop in other languages besides Korean and English?
I do.
Can we do that?
Sure.
You got one for that?
Mhm.
Okay. You go.
Like a band?
Yeah.
Let's do that. So I Jpop, which would be Japanese pop. I like this group called Snowman,
Okay.
which you should think of it translated more as Yeti versus Frosty.
Okay. Yeah.
And I will say this about J-pop is that most of it sounds very cutesy and juvenile, which I hate. And Snowman has some just better songs that aren't so flippant bubblegummy.
Yeah.
And I really, really have liked them. I haven't liked their most recent one because it was, again, sounded like it belonged in a carnival for, 10-year-olds. But for the most part, I actually really like Snowman.
How old are the members?
I have zero idea of their names, their ages, or anything
Do you know how
like
many
that.
there are?
I have 9.
9. That's a lot.
And they are really good dancers. They have some really good choreography. And then, they get this like cutesy choreography, which I hate. But I like Snowman.
Okay.
And I do have to preface it that it's like a Yeti and not Frosty.
Do you have a favorite song that the friends should look up?
Yeah, I will put it in the description.
Okay. Good.
I have to look it up. But yeah, there's 3 of them on my playlist that I listen to regularly.
Okay. So my favorite, I'm still going to talk about BTS. They're
You
K-pop.
said non-Korean.
No.
You
Non-Korean
did.
language is what I meant. Sorry. I was unclear. I don't know anyone in any other language.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'm going to do BTS they have put out at least one all Japanese language album, and they have several songs that have a Japanese version as well.
Ooh, one of my songs I really like that they do in Japanese is Stay Gold.
Stay Gold!
Mm-hmm.
Stay Gold is a very good one. I also like that one. And they don't do it in like English or Korean, so you just listen to the Japanese one. They also have a song called Film Out.
Yeah,
That's Japanese language.
So tell me, when you listen to it, do you go, that's not Korean?
Well, when I listen to the Japanese version of the Korean songs I know, I do say, that's not Korean. And if I'm like paying attention, I can tell because Korean verb conjugation is kind of specific.
They're not really conjugating verbs in songs, but...
Well, but they are saying verbs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can tell.
I just was wondering if
I think so, if I try really hard.
Yeah, I like Film Out as well.
Film Out is good. And
So
there's
Film Out is your favorite non-Korean?
non-English BTS song.
Okay.
Yeah, K-pop
We'll
song.
put those both in the link so you can
Try them out.
enjoy the videos and see if you like them.
Yeah.
All right, well, okay, let's wrap it up. 안녕.
Bye! See you next time!
What is it? I can't remember. It was like chalga. Go well.
Go well.
Go well.